Hi, welcome in. During the month of December, I challenged myself to build a Christmas village. I have never built one before, so I knew going in that I would strive for at least 5 buildings, since this will be placed in my forever world where every year I will try and return to expand it. I just didn't really expect December to treat me the way that it did, so unfortunately halfway through the project I did lose my touch and a little bit of my love for it. Despite it not ending how I wanted, I still wanted to do this video because I did end up doing what I said I wanted to do. And I think it's only fair to reward myself even if I think past me could have done a little bit better. Now go on ahead and grab a snack because this will be a long video. I do hope you enjoy it and let me know in the comments what you think about this challenge and let me know if I should change anything. When I began the challenge, I wanted every build to embody what it means to be a community. I spent a long time researching organics and nothing really appealed to me, so I sat down for a couple hours and built 3 prototypes that I was proud of. The first one, despite it being a gorgeous display of the usual tricolor Christmas theme, wasn't really what I envisioned for the main central point. The second tree, even though it turned out beautiful, it wasn't something that I would think a community would build or sit around to display their neatly wrapped gifts, as it gave more of indoor vibes. So I did some more digging, and from what I saw from the most famous Christmas villages, they all display tall trees with magnificent ornaments, which is what I was really looking for. Finding the perfect custom tree wasn't an easy task for someone who doesn't usually build organics, but once I managed, it was such a beautiful experience to bring it into my survival world. You'll see us switch over to creative once more, as this was when my life began to get a little pinched. Beginning with the ice rink, I had no reference to go off really. I just knew I wanted something cozy, something where I could imagine little elves walking in and out, using elements that I don't normally would use, like ladders as accents on the stripped spruce and the snow pile made from white blocks. This was definitely an improvement in my own building style. It was also at this time that I had finally updated my world to have golems and had the brightest idea to use them as if they were skating, which turned out amazing, but ended up causing some issues with the recordings in general, as I am not that tech savvy and managed to lose a lot of the footage because of it, but hope you like the build. For the next build, I wanted the little golems to be able to send letters to Santa, so I searched the internet for a post office that would fit into the theme of my world. And although the ones that came up were also beautiful, only one of them truly called to me. The Lemax Village Post Office both encapsulates my usual palette and style while testing me with its vibrant colors and asymmetry. Although its details were already terrific, they wouldn't be a mortemmundi build if I didn't include my usual foliage and assortment of textures. Using signs, buttons, levers, and the new shelves, I managed to create one of the best builds I have ever done. Even in its simplicity, it truly came out better than I could have ever imagined. Now, despite loving how the project was going, the exhaustion I was receiving both mentally and physically at this time caused my workflow to slowly deteriorate, which resulted in my lack of love for this next build, the town hall. At first, I wanted something different, something that when you look at it, you can tell that it's meant to be an important building, a building that emits both warmth and class, as well as ties in the whole village together. Unfortunately, despite loving the shape of the build, I found myself struggling around its palette. You will see along the clips that I managed to save, as it was also at this time that I was experiencing a lot of PC issues, that there was a lack of connection. And when there is a disconnection from a build, at least in my mind, I simply lose my love for it and it becomes a hassle. To this day, I'm not entirely sure if I will be replacing it or simply changing the palette again, as many people have told me it looks great within the village. So, let me know your thoughts. One more thing that you might have noticed is that I don't really terraform the land, as I really wanted to build around it. This village is on top of a massive mineshaft, and lore-wise, I wanted it to seem like they settled here because it was a very fortunate place where they could get their materials easily, meaning there will be a mining build for Santa's coal in 2026. It is truly one of the best winter villages I could have found, and it's not too far away from my spawn and main base. Now, going forward, this was the build that I was most excited about, the bookstore. Growing up, I used to read many books to the point I outgrew my shelves with the amount of books that I had collected, so I knew I had to build it in. Even though I had strayed away from the Lemax build by using Department 56 Town Hall, I decided to go back to it as I really liked their dark roofs and vibrant mix of colors, and went with the Fables Bookstore, which later you'll see it reduced to flesh cause I couldn't fit it in. What I found really challenging about this build was the massive chimney from the front and their displays of books, as I'm a horrible exterior decorator, so finding a way to make that was really fun. But not only that, the walls being a single color. Towards the end, when my time seemed to have gotten even more pinched with work and the holidays coming up, I found it very difficult to find a moment to texture, but overall, I really like how the build turned out. Let me know what you think. To many people, this may not seem like a huge project or even consider it a project at all, but to me, this was definitely a task and one that I came up on top, despite the moments of doubt and loathing and the many hours I had to slave away trying to retrieve the many lost files. This was something I've always wanted to do, and in 2025, I had made it my goal to do things I wanted. Going on to 2026, I will be exploring my creativity even more as I found myself really loving who I am when I sit and simply build. And this concludes my 2025 village. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next video.